Hello and welcome to part 3 of a penny a day versus $1 million in JavaScript. So far we have set up a website, we've put in pictures, we have declared several variables, month number and penny value, where the user can input the number of months in that current month, and we can keep track of the value of the penny investment over the course of that month. And that's really what this loop is doing, and that's where we left off last time. So if you missed any of that, please check out the previous 2 tutorials. We're actually going to wrap up the assignment in this part 3. So what we want to do right now is make one more variable, and we want to keep track of how much money we've actually made by taking the penny investment, assuming that we did. So we're going to actually make a variable called money made. We're going to say it's equal to. Now when you think about what the amount that we actually made was, we know that we gave up $1 million. So, and we know that we currently have whatever penny value is equal to. We can't see that amount on the screen, but we know that it is there. It's behind the scenes right now. So if we figure out money made, it's going to be basically equal to penny value, which is the current value of our penny investment, and take away the $1 million from that. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 with a semicolon at the end, and that should tell us whether or not we're in the plus and the minus and by how much. You can see though, if I run this code right now, it's not going to look any different no matter how many days of the month I pick, because we haven't actually asked the computer to output anything to the user. So that's what we're going to do to end off this assignment. Again, all of this stuff that we're doing now should be between the loop and the bottom 3 close tabs that we see down here. All right, so now we're going to start writing out some output to the user. We're talking about document dot write. Okay, now we're going to put a space. Oh, we actually don't even need the space. We're going to put in brackets, quotation. We're going to put in the value of your penny investment is, we're going to put our colon, space, and there's the end quotations here. So this is called a string, and that is always going to appear on the screen. That's kind of a constant that appears there. It's going to say the value of your penny investment. So we invested a penny, we allowed it to double for X amount of days, and we have to include what the value actually is now. So how do we get that? We say plus, and we're going to pull out the value of penny value at this point. We need to know how much that is, and we need to put it on the screen. Close our brackets and the semicolon, and we can enter down to the next line. All right, so there you go. Let's go ahead and test that out. Let's see how much the penny is worth with some various days, or some various months. So if you take February and we talk 28 days, then we can see that the output says that the value of that penny invested is actually $2.7 million for even the shortest month. So this is kind of interesting because right away at this point we can tell that it is a better deal to take the penny even if it's February that we're talking about and it's only actually doubling for 28 days. So it must be a good deal for the other months as well. But let's actually test a couple other months. So if we have a 30-day month, then we're talking about $10 million right here. So that would be a really good deal. And if we're talking about the 31-day month, we're talking about 21 million down here. And you see how fast the computer is doing that math. That's what computers are incredibly good at, is mathematical calculations. So that was a lot faster than it would have taken us by hand to figure that out. But we're also interested in how much money we made now, because we gave up $1 million. So not all of this is extra money that we made. So let's go ahead and put in a document dot write and open your brackets. All we're going to do is create like a line break to make this easier to read. So you can put in your quotations, and then you can put in the BR like that in between the less than greater than symbols that we have, and you can go ahead and put a semicolon at the end of that. All that's doing is creating a break in our output so that it's a little bit easier to read the next part that we're about to do. All right, so the last line of this actual project is to come up with how much money we made. We now know how much the penny was worth, but we gave up the $1 million, so let's see how much in the plus we are. So we need one more document, dot write. We're going to open our brackets, and it's going to say, let's do you made with our colon, space. Now we have to add one of our other variables. We have to add the money made variable, and we have to have a semicolon at the end of that. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and test that now. Press play. Let's see, in the 28 days, then we would still be up $1.6 million, overtaking the $1 million. So this makes sense. It was this that we had all together, but we did give up $1 million, so this is how much in the plus we are. So you can see that we're going to make a lot of money, obviously, for the bigger months. The 31-day months, we're going to be up $20 million, right? So it would have been a really bad deal to take the $1 million up front if we were dealing with one of the months that had 31 days to it. All right, so there we go. That is basically the end of this project. We got a computer to do like a whole bunch of math for us. And if you want to get fancy with this, I encourage you to try to experiment with other scenarios. What if somebody could have a nickel that doubled every day for 15 days? What if somebody could have a dime that doubled every day for a month? Or they could have $10 million, okay? So I want you to think about how you could be creative with this. And, you know, maybe you would prompt the person to actually give you the value of penny value, because maybe it's not going to be 1 cent. If it's going to be a dime, you know, it's going to be 10 cents to start. And how would that change things? So if you want to try to test your JavaScript skills and you have the time to do that remaining, I highly recommend you do that to just kind of show me some extra level 4++ skills. But even to get this, if you understand everything that happened here, you're doing great. Keep it up. I hope you enjoyed the project and the tutorials. And we'll talk more about the bank machine project that's going to be up to you to finish the year. So again, good job, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.